Oh, somebody shout, I hear. When he rose, he went to paradise. When he entered paradise, he lined them up. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, all the prophets. He looked at them and began to give them eternal life. And all of them had eternal life. Then together with him, they came out and stood on the ground. Now listen carefully. Jesus didn't run away. He was not an escapee. When he came out, he went back to the tomb where they laid him. He went and entered his body, carried his body, folded their napkin, kept their napkin, and walked out of that domain. The devil is a liar. Lift your hand, shout yes. Yes, sir. Listen, he left without rolling the stone away. He walked through the stone, entered there, wore his body, came out through the stone. Kabota, kabota. I said kabota, kabota. When he came out, the Old Testament saints, Abraham, with eternal life, because before they know eternal life, but when he rose, he gave to them because they believed in him in a promissory note. Now that he has risen, he cashed their promises and fulfilled their promises, and they entered Jerusalem and they appeared to their great-grandchildren and said, hi, great-grandchild, this is great-grandpa, on my way to heaven, I will see you someday. And Mary came to touch him. He said, touch me not, I've not yet gone to my Father. Revelation, who will soon be your Father, my God, who will soon be your God. Tell my brethren, I have risen. And on that day, Jesus stood and started going to heaven. He didn't disappear. No, he was ascending. He that ascended, he was ascending like a lift till he went. When he got to heaven, because God is not in heaven, he passed. How do we know? I will show you. Wait, I will show you. Just wait. Listen carefully. When he got to heaven, Pastor Paul, when he got to heaven, he had to wash heaven because heaven was dirty. Hebrews chapter 9 tells us that he washed heaven. How was heaven dirty? The fall of Adam corrupted heaven, because heaven and earth is for man. So when Adam sinned, the sin of Adam corrupted the earth and the heaven. So when Jesus rose, he went to heaven first, washed the atmosphere, then he passed heaven to where God is. How do we know that? Ephesians chapter 4 verse 7. Put it up. God punished the devil. Ephesians chapter 4 verse 7. But unto every one of us is given grace according to the measure of the gift of Christ. Next verse. Wherefore he saith, when he ascended up on high, he led captivity captive and gave gifts unto men. Next verse. Now that he ascended, what is it but that he also descended first into the lower parts of the earth? Next verse. He that descended is the same also that ascended up far above. He didn't go to heaven. God is not in heaven. So he went above all heavens to where God is to offer the sacrifice. When the Father accepted the sacrifice, then the Father said, sit on my right hand. The right hand was the throne in heaven, the place of authority. Then Jesus came out from where the immortality that dwelleth in unapproachable light dwells. He came back into heaven and filled everything. And then when you believe in him, he gives you life, raises you up to be seated with him. Things changed. Somebody shout, I hear you. Watch this. They were in a room without a window and a door. Jesus walked in. He was walking through things. Because when eternity invades time, matter don't matter. You didn't hear what I said. When eternity invades time, matter don't matter. That's why Jesus could walk through doors and through windows. And listen to me. One of these days, all of us will walk through doors and windows. Walls will no more exist. I don't know who I'm talking to here. Listen. When he entered the room, they said, he's a spirit. He said, handle me. Handle me. A spirit does not have bone and flesh. He didn't say bone and blood. He said bone and flesh. Where is the blood? Emptied. So the immortal body is a composition of flesh and bones, as you see me have. Why did he have bones? Because he was not a jelly. He had structure. After he wore the immortal body, he could walk with structure. You see his bones, you see his shape. He said, touch me. They say, you're still a spirit. He said, do you have fish? Give me to eat. They gave him, he ate. They say he's still a spirit. He did. Their eyes opened and they knew him. What was that? It was a prototype of what is going to happen to all of us. One of these mornings, when the trumpet of the Lord shall sound from the eastern sky, and Follow me carefully as I'm closing. Are you blessed? Are you blessed? The book of 2 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 1. Watch this. 2 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 1. Put it up for me, brother. 2 Corinthians 5:1. Oh my goodness. Now this 5:1, 2 Corinthians chapter 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 verse 1. 2 Corinthians 5:1. Somebody shout, I hear. 2 Corinthians, oh, those guys are doing a very good job. 2 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 1. For we know that if our earthly house of this tabernacle were dissolved, we have a building. It's already a complete building. God is not building a house, he has finished it. We have a building of God, and a house not made with hands, eternal, in the heavens. Next verse. Next verse. Verse 2. For in this we groan, earnestly desiring to be clothed upon. So that mansion in heaven is a cloth. It's not a house, it's a cloth. It's something you will wear. It's a cloth. To be clothed upon with our house. So that house is a cloth, which is from heaven. So the house is already there. It's not your prayer that will complete it. The death of Christ completed it. It's called grace. What is it called?